Welcome to the Quantum Shift podcast, where we explore the stories, insights, and transformations of people who are creating meaningful impact in the world. A quantum shift is a significant change in perspective, direction, identity, or circumstance that moves you to a new level of possibility. I'm your host, Keren Kilgore, author, coach, publisher, and founder of Quantum Shift Media, where our mission is to help people unlock their full potential and share their message with the world. Each episode, I sit down with authors, coaches, speakers, and business owners who are making a difference, one bold shift at a time. So whether you're ready to launch your book, expand your influence, or create your own quantum shift, you're in the right place. Our guest is Carol McGehe, and she works with people who have lost a spouse. So welcome, Carol. Very
Thank you.
happy to have you here. And
I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you, Karen.
very good. And so tell us a little bit about you and the work you are called to do.
I shall. In my when you hear this, you will hear a quantum shift.
Yes, exactly.
I
Yeah.
I have a degree in pure mathematics, and my entire career was spent in mathematics education, from teaching grade 7 through high school through university level. I also wrote curriculum for virtual academies. I I won a presidential award and visited with the president, or first President Bush at the White House. So all mathematics, that was my life.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I loved teaching. I loved students. I thought I would never do anything else. And of course, retirement comes along and you think, well, maybe I'll make a little shift. And so I thought I would maybe tutor some math students, maybe help out homeschool parents with their kids in math, whatever the case might be. But I never envisioned the way my retirement has turned out to be. And so when I retired, in addition to those things, I was learning how to play pickleball and doing
Right.
things that retired people do, lots and lots of traveling. And then I was literally in the foyer of our church one Sunday, and I'd spoken to a few people, but then I was kind of alone for a minute. And I just felt this sense of inspiration that I was supposed to start a ministry for widows in our church. And I literally
Mm.
looked up toward the ceiling and said, wait, who are you? Are you talking to me? And what is this all about? Because I'm not a widow. I've never been a widow.
Mm.
I had had some friends who had been widowed and thought maybe I understood a little bit about their journey, but
Mm.
certainly had not dug into it deeply. And there I was. And I've learned that over the years that when I get an impression like that or an inspiration, if it's something that I never would have thought of myself, it's probably from God.
Mm.
And so I thought,
Yeah.
I have no idea where to begin, but I will begin.
Great.
And so
Beautiful.
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and um, yeah, that's like that's totally a quantum shift, like completely something that you
Right.
hadn't, yeah. So I was
Yeah.
going to ask you questions, but you pretty much answered them. The defining moment, I mean, standing there, you really heard very clearly that you're supposed to do this. Uh,
Right. And when I
yeah,
said kind of, why
yeah,
me?
yeah, 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 yeah,
I almost
yeah,
again almost heard,
yeah,
why not you?
yeah,
And
yeah,
I, as I said, I had had some friends that I had come
yeah,
alongside of over the years. And I just started thinking about their experiences a little more deeply.
yeah.
And I thought, well, the only thing I knew to do that I thought might be a place to start would be to have some kind of small group, whether it be a study of
Mhm.
a book that
Mhm.
might be helpful on grief or whatever,
Yep.
or a Bible study, something of that sort where we bring widows together.
Yeah.
And, but then I realized that I didn't feel especially qualified to do that as a non-widow.
Mhm.
And so I did approach a widowed friend of mine
Mhm.
who, without hesitation, said she would love to do that.
Great.
And so we literally started with maybe 6 to 8 women in her living room 4.5 years ago
Wow.
doing this study.
Yeah.
And there are now, unfortunately, and you'll know what I mean by this, there are now 58 widows on
Yeah.
our mailing list.
Okay.
It's not a club you want to join, uh,
No.
but
Yeah.
it is unfortunately growing
Yeah.
significantly. And,
Well, and you're really serving them in an area they really need. Describe some of the stuff, some of the work that you do.
well,
Yeah.
the the ministry
Yeah. It's
itself,
a ministry, is what I was going to
it
say. It's
is.
very much a ministry.
Yes.
Describe
The
some.
ministry itself was named by the ladies that first met, and they named it Living Forward,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yes.
And that is kind of their goal,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
regardless of where they are in their journey,
Yeah.
to begin to try to understand and try to
Yeah.
sum up the courage
Yeah.
to live forward. And it does take a lot of
Yeah.
courage.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. You
So
have to
we've had
redefine. You're redefining yourself. You
yes,
were, yeah, because
completely.
your identity was with your partner, and now now you're redefining yourself very much so. Yeah.
And not something you chose.
No,
It
right. It
just
was,
all of a sudden
yeah,
there you are.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's been such a learning experience for me to hear the stories and to
Mm,
live life
yeah.
next to these amazing women. But
Yeah.
there are, to answer your question, there are kind of three prongs
Mhm.
to the ministry.
Okay.
We do still have the Bible study, book study, whatever we decide to do. We have a social aspect, and we have a regular activity once a month, usually on a, alternating with the Bible study on a Saturday. And we have done things like pontoon boat rides and, oh gosh, game nights. And I'm just drawing a blank, but so many amazing
Yeah.
activities
Yeah.
together, putt-putt golf,
Yeah.
you name it. And so we have that, but we also have a group that walks together every Saturday morning. We have a lunch bunch that meets on a particular
Great.
Tuesday
Great.
so there's always something kind of going, and some special events as well. My husband and I actually took seven, eight, 8 widows on a cruise.
Oh, beautiful.
So we did that. My husband was
Right.
called the token dude of the
Yes.
group.
Right.
And but it was wonderful.
I
So
was
we
going
have
to
that
ask if you,
social.
yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
ask if you traveled or did anything together.
yeah,
Yeah. Good.
yeah.
Good.
And
Good.
now we're planning a trip to the Ark Experience in
Okay.
Kentucky,
Okay. Where are you
uh,
located?
Daytona Beach, Florida.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good. You're not far
So
from me. Yeah.
where are you?
I'm in Port St. Lucie.
Oh, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
So you're
Yeah,
not far.
wonderful.
That's great.
Right.
Wonderful.
So then the third prong of the ministry to me is probably one of the most significant, and it's what we call our Living Forward care team. It's 58 men and women who are volunteering their time and services for our widows,
Wonderful.
doing anything and everything you can imagine. You typically would think of handiwork around the house or yard work, but we have a gentleman that goes with them to buy cars.
Oh,
We
yeah.
have another
Yeah.
one who will
Yeah.
be at their house when someone is coming to give
Yeah.
an estimate,
Yes. Right. Right.
all kinds of stuff.
Right.
So just
Beautiful. So a real,
powerful.
really a guard protective mode where they're really
Right.
looking out for the welfare. That's beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, thank you.
Love that. I love that. Does your husband enjoy doing this with you?
He does.
Yeah,
He's like a real huggy bear kind of guy,
yeah,
and
yeah,
the widows love that. They
yes, yeah,
need hugs, and
yeah,
he's a safe
yeah,
kind of brother type figure
yeah,
to them,
yeah,
and he's a great planner. So he plans
yeah.
trips and he
Good,
plans activities, and
good,
he's very supportive of
good,
me.
good.
Uh, this has become pretty much like a part-time job
Oh, I
in
bet.
in
I
a
bet.
in a
Yeah,
in a perfectly okay way.
yeah, yeah.
And he's very supportive of the time that I'm able to give to the ladies. So
So how has this, I mean, this has been a real quantum shift for you. How has this changed the journey changed you emotionally, spiritually? How has it impacted you?
I think, that's an interesting question. I I have always been as a teacher and working with youth and so on. I've always been the kind of person that was reaching out to other people and trying to give of my talents and gifts toward them. But this is altogether different because I think I understood middle school students better than I understand widows.
I can imagine.
And the widows would
Yeah,
laugh with me
yeah,
in saying that
yeah,
because they're always asking me, "How do you put up with us?" But I love them. They are so amazing and courageous, and for them to
yeah,
with what they're experiencing, especially early on in their journeys, for them to just get up, dress, be vertical, and walk out the front door and get into their car
yeah.
is major for
Major.
some
Yeah,
of them
yeah,
on any given day.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
just learning about that courage
yeah,
has changed me.
yeah,
And without question, and I think this is a natural response, I've obviously thought about what it would be like for me
yeah,
if I lose Larry.
yeah, yeah,
And Larry's 7.5 years older than I am, so the probabilities are
yeah,
fairly
yeah,
fairly competent there. So it's it does make you think, and Larry has benefited because in thinking about that, I don't nag nearly as much as I used to about the crumbs that are left on the counter or anything that's not done quite right. I just say, he's here, he's
right,
with me, I
right,
love him.
right,
Those things are not important anymore.
right. Because you're seeing it from a different perspective.
Exactly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Exactly. So I've changed a lot that way.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So are you, so you've got a book. Let's talk about your
Yes,
book. Do you have it
I do.
with you? Good.
It's
Let's see.
it's called Becoming a Widow's Advocate.
Very good.
It
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
how the screens
yeah,
do here.
yeah. Good.
So the thing about this book that I find
Yes.
so interesting is that I wrote it for people like me,
Mm,
for people who had not experienced widowhood,
yeah,
who were who had friends
yeah,
who were becoming widows and felt awkward, didn't
yeah,
know what to do, didn't know what to say, didn't know
yeah,
how to behave,
yeah.
how do you help
Yeah,
practically?
exactly.
And so I thought it would, and men as well,
Yeah,
how do
yeah,
men help?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I began to think about how can I take what I've learned
Mm,
and put it in a short form. It's 90 some little pages. It's not
great.
very
Yeah,
large.
great.
How can I put it in a form where people don't feel awkward, where
Right,
they have some tools and some understanding to
right,
go into the situation?
right.
So I have a chapter on just her journey and just try to explain a little bit,
Yeah,
knowing that I don't even know myself
yeah,
firsthand, but
yeah,
here's what I've learned.
yeah.
And I talk a lot about widow's fog in there and how
Mm,
what kind of behaviors come out of that. And that is one section that people have
mm,
responded to the most. It's just like, whoa,
yeah,
never realized that. That
right,
explains a lot about my mom, who
right.
lost my
Interesting.
dad. That explains a lot about. So those kinds of things.
Beautiful.
There's a chapter on what not to say
Yes, I was
because
going to
there,
say that. Do you have that? Oh, good.
yes,
Oh, they say
there's,
that people say the dumbest things. It's like
yes,
the most, and it's because they don't know what to say.
right.
It's like so you just, yeah. And
Yeah.
so how have you addressed that? That's beautiful.
Well, one of our ladies, just one of the worst examples I'd heard was one of my friends who became widowed and is now in our group. The first week she had a visitor and she said, "Well, I sure hope you had life insurance on your husband."
Mhm.
And you're like, "Excuse me?"
Mhm.
And just things like that, like you said, it's an awkward
It
moment.
is,
And
and
people say things
they
they don't even
they don't even
realize.
know. And yeah, they're saying it unconsciously
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of really being aware
Yeah.
about what's
Yeah.
happening. Well, that's
So,
great. So you give
so
them,
in the chapter
yeah,
I give
good,
I actually, in
good,
most of the chapters, there are quotes from Our Ladies. And
great,
so they just told me this whole list of things
great,
that people had said to them
great,
that are very common for people to say.
good.
And I put a chapter in what has meant the most to the widows. So what do you do?
Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah,
are some
yeah,
practical help?
yeah.
And then I have a little section on how men can minister to widows without it being awkward,
Good,
because it can be.
good. Yes, yeah,
And lastly, there's a whole chapter, a message to the churches, and the fact that
beautiful.
we really are called biblically to serve
Yeah,
our
yeah,
widows.
yes. Widows
And
and orphans. Yes.
I had never been in a church that had a widows ministry, and I've been in several churches in my life.
Yeah, yeah,
So my goal
yeah,
is moving forward with this book,
yeah.
and I'm actually going to be launching a podcast in the fall,
Good,
also called Becoming a Widow's Advocate,
good.
um, to just encourage communities to start ministries for widows. There's just so much out there, or
Mhm.
not out there,
Yeah,
and they're
lacking.
feeling
Yeah,
very invisible,
yeah,
and the population is growing like
yeah.
crazy.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. Do you
Yeah,
deal with widowers, the who've lost their wife?
I do not, our ministry is not for widowers, and I
Yeah,
actually addressed that in the book as well. I
very
talk
good,
about
very good.
why we have not done that and how needed that is as well.
Yeah,
But then I go into some of the real differences
yeah.
between the widow journey and the widower journey. They are very, very different. And one of the, I think, interesting statistics is for a woman to feel like she has gone through the process enough to
Mhm,
feel as if she's reset to some degree
mhm,
and is ready to move forward in
mhm,
a real way
mhm.
takes a lady about 7 years.
Oh, wow.
It
Wow.
takes a man about 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So that's just one
Wow.
very real difference.
Difference. Yeah, that's big.
And
Wow.
and of course, men are much more
Yeah,
practical and
yeah,
to
yeah,
earth about things, and
yeah,
whereas women are much more emotional. And so the journeys are so different that
yeah,
combining them made no sense.
yeah.
The women would not share in the same way.
Right, right,
And,
right.
but I have encouraged and challenged our congregation for someone to step up and start a ministry
Yeah,
for
for the
the
men.
men. And
Yeah,
I think a man should
yeah,
do that.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
think I'm equipped to do
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So what mind shift or action can you give to the listeners on what that they could take away?
Well, they're kind of two very different things, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
One would
yeah.
be much more general,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
exemplified by what happened with me, and that is if you have an impression, an inspiration, a calling from God, whatever you call it or
Intuitive hit
however you
or yeah,
receive it,
yeah, yeah,
be willing to take that first step and do something about it.
Beautiful.
And in my experience, when I've had those kinds of things, and it was, especially if it was something that never would have occurred to me naturally,
Mhm.
I know it's coming from a
From
source
above.
beyond me.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And
Right.
and that I need to listen because it's not going to let go.
And it doesn't have to be major. It can be just,
Yeah,
go give them a hug or tell them their hair looks good or I'm so
precisely.
glad to see you, or it could be
Yeah, yeah,
any act of kindness.
right.
So yeah, when you get that download, that little intuitive hit, take action on it. That's good.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
mean, I took one,
yeah,
what I would consider a small step,
yeah,
which was to ask this widow if she would have a few people in her home. And
yes.
now it's
And
organically come to this point.
yeah,
And gosh, I don't know if I'd known it was going to be like this,
yeah,
like, would I have even done it? Because
yeah,
when I look back and think how small we started
yeah,
and where we are now, it
yeah.
actually intimidates people a little bit. And I tell them, I said, wait, you don't start here.
No, you
You start
start. Yeah,
back there, and your ministry
right,
may not grow at all, and
right,
that's okay.
right,
And
right,
it may organically grow in an entirely different direction.
right,
That's okay too. But take that first step. So
right.
that's one takeaway. And the other is specifically to the widows is if you have widows in your life, try to learn everything you can learn to be helpful to them.
Good.
And one of the things that you and I talked about earlier was that I provide a list of resources
Yeah,
for
great,
both widows and widows advocates.
great.
The thing that's been interesting to me about the book is, as I said, the book, here it is again,
Yeah,
the book was designed for widows advocates,
yeah,
for people like me.
yeah.
The widows that have read it have said, wait, this book is for us too. And I was very puzzled by that at first. But
Beautiful.
then they told me that because I had so many quotes from widows
Yes, that it.
and sharing their experiences, they said, I thought I was the only one
Ah,
that
yeah,
had experienced that. I
yes,
didn't realize other people were
yeah,
going through that same thing.
yes, yes, yes.
And so,
Beautiful,
especially the widow's fog part. I
beautiful.
had one lady tell me, I
Wow,
wish I had known about widow's fog
wow.
because I spent 2 years going to neurologists thinking I was going crazy.
Oh,
And
wow.
it turns out that, as you described widow's fog, that's what I was going through.
And it's a natural part of the process of the grieving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you've separated from your soulmate that you've been together with for who knows how long,
However
no,
long. Yeah.
long time,
Hmm.
or even a short time, and you really,
Right.
they're your soulmate. So
Exactly.
beautiful, really, really beautiful.
The average age of a widow is 59, by the way.
Oh, wow. I didn't
Average
know
age
that
of
either.
those who are
Oh,
widowed.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
So, how can listeners connect with you? How do you want them to get in touch with you if someone's interested in advocating or wants your book? It's on Amazon, right?
it is not.
Oh, where is your book? Okay, very good.
The book is on our website, and I'm
Okay.
sure in the show notes, I
Yep,
think
I'll put
we're
them in
going to
the show
provide
notes.
that
Yep,
that link.
the link. Yep.
We
And
sell the book off our website. We
okay,
chose not to do it on
got it.
Amazon.
Okay. And
Um,
that's McGee Books at McGeeBooks.com, correct?
yes,
Yep, very good.
McGee is spelled strangely, but
Yes,
yes,
yes, McGehe. So got it.
right, right.
Okay,
And what I
beautiful.
really welcome is people to email me personally because
Okay,
I'm
okay.
very much a person to person,
Good. I agree.
and
That's
I would
beautiful.
love to do that.
And what's one thing you want readers, the listeners, to remember or take away? A closing remark.
That while widows are hurting and can be very tender and sensitive, they are at the same time extremely courageous and extremely capable
Mm,
and able.
mm,
And with support, they can be very productive
mm.
people in our society. And our widows have shown that over and over again, even in just helping each other.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Carol, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us today on the Quantum Shift podcast. I hope this conversation sparks something within you, a reminder that your story, your voice, your purpose have the power to shift not only your life, but the world around you. If you're ready to unlock your potential and share your message in a bigger way, I invite you to connect with me at quantumshiftmedia.com. Together, we transform your story into impact, income, and inspiration for others. Until next time, keep creating, keep rising, and remember every moment is an opportunity to make your own quantum shift.